What if I told you that I can solve your space problem in your reloading room with this one simple accessory? You see, for me, I for the longest time had the space problem, and we all have multiple tools that we're using throughout our reloading process. But we don't want to drill our entire desk full of holes and have everything permanently mounted up, because then you'll have no surface to work on. That is why we came out with this accessory, and I'm going to talk you guys through it in today's video. Okay, I need to show you guys this. One of my younger brother, one of his friends is doing a project at university about my business and the YouTube channel, and it's pretty cool to actually see the influence on the younger generation. So yeah, super cool. Anyway, welcome to the video. Today, I have to sort of clean up this mess. Excuse this sort of photo section behind me here. Last night I was helping my dad take some banger photographs of his mountain bike because he's selling his mountain bike. He recently got an e-bike, which is tickling my fancy a little bit to perhaps do some riding again. But at the cost of e-bikes, I won't be doing that anytime soon. Let's go. Alrighty, here's the deal. This is sort of the garage space slash pretty chaos, to be honest. And I need to figure it out, don't worry. I don't know if you actually could see this. This is not a real firearm, this is an airsoft firearm. And shouldn't have any bullets in. Okay, didn't have any bullets in. I think you call them pellets. Anyway, I need to sort this out, because actually what I want to do is I want to move this guy. That is my Dylan 650, I want to move that. Because it's sort of tucked away here in the corner of the garage, and this is the old bench from the sort of initial studio. But I want to actually change out the mount that Dylan is on. It's currently on sort of the Dylan Precision mount. Let me put you guys over there so you can see the mount. So this is sort of the mount you can buy. It's actually not a Dylan Precision mount. It's a mount from the guys called Shooting Stuff, where I bought the press and everything. But I essentially want this press to be able to migrate seamlessly between here and the other studio space. And if I also want to move some of my other tools and use this desk to perhaps film with this white background or whatever the case may be, I want to be able to do that. And at the moment, it's kind of one of those things that you know you need to do, but you never get around doing it. You know, like repacking the garage. This is 100% what this is. Then over here at the top, I've got all my MDT goodies and my tools and all my stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna strip this off, pack away all of this. Hey, no more. Okay, I'm good. Pack away all of this stuff, and then set up a new mount. And I want to show you guys how freaking cool this mount is. And if you've already got one of these mounts, we have an upgrade, which I'm super excited to tell you about. This is how you can hide stuff. So my mom painted that for us. It's massive, as you can see. Me, my wife, and Olivia. But my wife is always redecorating our house, and that no longer has a space in the house. And I haven't been able to tell my mom. Also, I need to show you guys, I got a new fish tank, which I don't think I've mentioned on the channel before, and I've been instructed to mention it on the channel so that I can claim the tax deductions of the expenditure that went into the fish tank. So, I'll show you the fish tank just now. It's a special kind of fish tank. That was a little bit close. I would have done that if you weren't here too. One of the other problems I have, something which I've never really cared that much for, let's get you guys a little bit higher, not that kind of high, is I've got a bunch of shooting trophies like this that we've sort of collected over the last couple of years. If you're in first, you're last. I don't really care much for these, and they were up in my office for a little while, but you know, they literally end up gathered. What's just with me mudding into everything. Like they literally just end up becoming dust collectors. So they are cool, I guess, but I maybe want to try work out a way where I can have them sort of displayed, because it is something we did work for and we invest a lot of time and money in and time away from the family to earn those. So I can't just like not display them, but yeah, they were sort of starting to clutter my office a little bit, and then over here we've got like a whole pile of them. So I'm trying to figure out, maybe I'll do like a display section here, because I think if we filmed this way, that it could look also relatively nice if I just put 1 or 2 proper lights in here, because at the moment this is still sort of those, you know, typical lights that would be in a garage. Anyway, there's a lot of info for a video about remounting a press. I'm going to get to that now. But for the time being, I'm just going to sort of shelve all these trophies into one corner here and pretend that I've taken care of that problem for now. Side note, this is how you know you own an old Land Cruiser. You have a whole bunch of petrol filters and fuel line. Because there's almost always rust in the petrol tanks. Boom. Right. Found some Sitka stuff. Awesome. Anybody want a shooting stuff mount for Dylan 650? It'll be linked down below. Okay, so now that we have the Dylan off the old mount, I want to mount the new bracket system onto our bench. Now you guys would have seen me use this bench mount in the past. There is a new version of that. So how you spot the difference, the old version is closed here at the top, and the new version has these slotted holes like that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but these slots that are sitting over here. Now I really wanted to have the functionality when you're working on your press to have sort of something where you could go to for empty brass and stuff, and I'm really proud to say that we've come up with a really cool solution. So if you have the press with the 3 slots, we do have these little brackets available. Not to worry if you have the first version. I'm going to show you guys quickly how to mod that so you can have the awesome functionality of the Linbin system that really just makes your whole process more efficient. Anyway, I'm going to try use these back 2 holes, get this thing mounted up, and then I'm going to draw out the base, because obviously we have to mount the Dylan onto that, and get that set up and show you guys how that whole thingy-mabobby works. Okay, so the back ones line up perfectly. Not a lot of thread to work with underneath here. Whew, it's a bit tight. Right, so I skipped ahead a tiny little bit. I've added a bench mount on this side of the table too, and we've got one on this side of the table. Now the difference between version 1 and version 2 are those 3 slots at the side. What that allows you to do, and I'll show you guys in more detail, but it basically allows you to add Linbins on either side of your bench mount. So when you're operating your press, you want to have empty cases or bullets for seating or whatever the case may be, you know, you're sizing and you're chucking it out that way. It really makes a big difference, and it makes me much more efficient. Now, if you wanted to add this to your Gen 1 mount, you could simply buy these little plates there on the Pro Shop as of you watching this video. And you're going to hold this right here, sort of eyeball it, and you know, maybe if you come down a centimeter, I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to draw out that little box. I'm just going to drill 2 holes with a steel bit through there, and I'm going to secure that to the side. Literally as easy as that. Now every bench mount comes with this. This is the heart of the bench mount, if you will. It's the QD plate. Now you can buy additional plates to mount vices, trimmers, priming tools, whatever you feel like mounting on this bench mount you can do with additional QD plates. Now they're quite simple to use. You're pretty much going to hold it where you need the holes to be, and you're going to take that same drill bit and you're going to sink the appropriate size holes through at the right locations. This is where you want to take your time a little bit, you know, measure twice, drill once. If you do, however, screw it up, like I have in the past, because I'm going to reuse this plate, you could modify a little bit. It's not the end of the world. You know, I'm going to just pop this guy through here, snug up the Dylan, and I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to swap between accessories. And I'm also going to show you how our little modification worked from just now. This does feel like another episode of Krijven Pieter om jou goeders op te fokken. Let's go. Right, so the back is gonna just pop in like that. Now the bench mount gets supplied with the hardware. Now sometimes like the base of this press is a little bit too wide, so the big knob, the sort of easy knob, might not clear that, but then you could just use a little nut, which is gonna work just fine. And I'm just gonna nub that guy down like that, and then this ain't going nowhere, son. And obviously we've got another one of those on the other side. Right, so the Dylan comes with like this little Linbin holder, because obviously it's a progressive press, right? So every time we pull the handle, a round's gonna fall out in an empty shell, however you've set up your Dylan. Now, what if you're using something like a zero press? Because chances are, or you're using a single stage press, chances are you're watching this because you're a bolt action shooter like myself, and you don't necessarily have a Dylan. So let's pop the Dylan down and put in a more sort of conventional reloading press. Now this is literally how easy that system is, and on this press now we can actually use our sort of bigger knobs, and they just flick in like that for the purpose of the exercise. I'm just going to put one in. Now remember, just now we drilled 2 holes through this. So if we take our little plate here and we put that in the spot, and we put our other hardware through like that, okay, we're going to do that the same on this side.
Hallo.
Jy kan dit also, dankie lief. Hand tight for now, but all of a sudden, now you've added Linbin capacity to your previous generation of our bench mount, and you can use various shapes and sizes, and sometimes if you want, you could even run 2 like that, where you could have, I don't know, whatever, if you're left or right-handed, you could have dirty brass, full size, and then, you know, you could sort how you want to. So really, really cool system, and despite this desk being absolute chaos, I'm quickly gonna organize it and just show you guys how easy the whole thing works. Right, so now I've cleaned up the desk. I also mounted my orange vise that I love using, and it's gonna give me a little bit more utility in this space, especially if I wanna do those build vids that you guys seem to really like, and I'm planning on filming one of those very shortly. So yeah, this system is something that I'm truly proud of. They are available now, and it really is a product that came about from basically a necessity. Like, I had very limited space, but I had multiple tools, and instead of drilling my entire desk full of holes and having the presses lined up like next to each other, machine gun style, this was the solution that we came up with, and it works really well. And the guys that have bought them in the past also really like them. By the way, I also sell a wall bracket where basically you can mount it to a wall and store. This orange vise won't work because it protrudes too far from the back, but you could, for example, literally just hang your zero press on the wall. So if you guys want those, they'll also be linked down below, and I'll show you an image of what that looks like. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.